Hi all. Nickel has many benefits that humans need, where almost all existing products come from nickel. One of the countries that has the largest nickel reserves in the world is Indonesia. Therefore, in recent years, many nickel smelter factories have been built in several areas in Indonesia. And the following is a brief process of nickel processing. Nickel is a hard, silvery white metal, and this detail is ductile and resistant to corrosion. Nickel is also a material that can be recycled without quality degradation. More than 2/3, or about 70% like produced, is used to make stainless steel or stainless steel. Everything from flatware to spaceships is made of nickel alloys. The benefits of nickel that are no less important are as the main material for making batteries. One of the energy sources that are often used by humans today is lithium-ion batteries, where an important element in the manufacture of rechargeable batteries is nickel. Lithium batteries are widely used in various electronic devices, such as smartphones, laptops to electric cars. There are several reasons why nickel is widely used in electric car batteries, namely because the metal provides a high energy storage capacity. With all these advantages, the battery used in electric cars will be small, lighter, so it is very convenient to use on long-distance trips, when using an electric car. That's why in recent years nickel has become one of the hot topics of conversation around the world. And every year nickel is predicted to be a commodity of the future, and nickel is a driver of change in energy use. By 2030, as much as 20% of the total global marriage consumption is expected to be used for electric car batteries, as well as energy storage system batteries. For the nickel market, it is divided into two types, namely, Class 1 and Class 2 nickel. Grade 1 nickel has a grade above 99.8%. It is used for many products such as electric car battery components. While in Class 2 with levels below 99.8%, it is widely used for the manufacture of stainless steel. While the nickel ore itself has two types, namely nickel sulfide and nickel laterite. In general, nickel sulfide is mostly located with the subtropical earth, while laterite is located at the equator or the equator, such as in Indonesia, Brazil, Australia, and the Philippines. Currently, Indonesia is known to have nickel reserves of 72 million tons, or 52% of the world's total nickel reserves of 139.4 million tons. 90% of nickel sources in Indonesia are spread across Central Sulawesi, South Sulawesi, Southeast Sulawesi, and North Maluku. And Indonesia is the largest nickel producer in the world, beating the Philippines and Russia. That's why starting January 1, 2020 the government banned the export of ore. With the ban on nickel exports, the government wants to develop downstream and industrialization of raw materials. This is how, if the mining products are still in the form of raw materials, they must be processed in Indonesia after being processed, and then they can be exported abroad. Several nickel processing facilities in Indonesia, including the nickel smelter on Obi Island. This hydrometallurgical technology-based HPAL nickel ore processing center will accelerate mineral downstreaming towards battery-based industrialization and the development of electric vehicles. This HPAL smelter is the first battery-to-electricity raw material factory operating in Indonesia. The next facility is the Morowali Industrial Estate. This Morowali Industrial Estate has an area of about 2,000 hectares. This industrial area becomes the stick of the government in realizing the downstream program, which aims to increase the added value of domestic mineral raw materials. In this Morowali industrial area, it is also equipped with a complete and modern structure. There are 3 processing and refining plants with a capacity of 2 million tons per year. Nickel processing plant in Indonesia, the process is only nickel matte and ferronickel, and then exported abroad. This is because the technology used in Indonesia is still limited. While abroad, nickel is processed to become the final product, which is pure nickel, because the technology they have is very sophisticated. In general, for processing underground nickel or nickel-containing ore, it is transported by dam truck to the processing plant, or is fed into the crusher machine for the crushing process, so that people become small and then screened to get a predetermined size of people. Or then put into a concentrator machine, in this machine or crushed again until ore is fine, then mixed with water so that it becomes a concentrate. Then the concentrate enters the flotation process, which is the process of separating nickel from other minerals through flotation in a special container. After that, the concentrate is dried with a rotary dryer at a predetermined temperature. Drying or draying is a process to reduce the moisture content of the concentrate to reach 20 to 15%. After drying, the concentrate goes into the refining or purification process. In this process, two methods can be used, namely the water-based method, or also known as hydrometallurgy. Then the fire-based method, or also called pyrometallurgy. For hydrometallurgy is a method in which the process involves chemical reactions in an aqueous solution. This hydromet technology has advantages over the pyrometallurgical method. In the process, that is, it does not produce air emissions, because it only uses certain chemicals. While the pyrometallurgical method is mostly used in countries such as Canada, Indonesia, and Brazil. This pyrometallurgical method uses a calcination process, where nickel concentrate is put into an electric furnace at a temperature above 1400 degrees Celsius. In the calcination process, there are spots or waste which will later be disposed of in the damping area, while the rest is concentrate containing nickel, or also called liquid meat. Later this meat will go into the granulation process, where the meat will be sprayed with water, so that it becomes nickel or granules that are shaped like black sand. Granules containing more than 60% nickel are called meat nickel, while those containing less nickel are called ferronickel. The next process is electrowinning, namely the process of capturing metals using an electrochemical process that aims to produce nickel with a purity of 99.9% or pure nickel. In this electrowinning process, the aluminum plate will act as the cathode, and the other plate will act as the anode, which is then put into a special container containing nickel or grains that have been given a special chemical mixture. After that, the plates will be removed, and this is known to be shaped into pure neutral. Then the nickel is cut into pieces according to a predetermined size. The nickel that has been cut will then be sold to consumers around the world, and then it will be used as raw material for various products.